Hello and welcome back to LazArcade with me, BSF Gaming. Today's episode, or this episode, because I've already done one today, is the Precision Motorsport Endurance Series races from last night, which would be Thursday the 13th of February 25, I think. We will start with Lobby B, which is the Group 4's ranks C and below. These races, the Lobby A, Lobby B, are identical. I say identical in the service setting, in the race settings. The only difference is the group of car and the rank of driver. So, for this race, for this series, 5-minute qualifying, 1 hour plain endurance. Shugs qualifies first, Womjo second, Stevo Hitman, Shark, Jeff fifth, Ice Cold Tucker, Percolele, 40, Watty, Diva, and Liam at the back. If you would like to get involved, there are still plenty of spaces. A couple of people have had to drop out due to illness and work commitments. So there are spaces available in both the C and below lobby and the B plus lobbies. If you'd like to get involved, drop us a message in the comments. Watty can drop the PMS Discord link in chat if he has 2 seconds. And there you go, 2 teams available. So 4 drivers, 2 in each. 2 in each. We don't share in here at McLaren. Yeah, you do. Shh. Yeah, you do. Right. Without further ado, Lobby B, we will start with, because I've only seen literally about 30 seconds of clips from this. And it seems like it was quite an eventful race. So we are here at Monza, the home of Ferrari. And quite fittingly, a Ferrari qualifies on pole. However, instantly into the first corner with a rather bad start, down to third place is Shugs. Jeff and Stevo filter through first and second. 40 and Hitman getting together. Ice Cold Percolele, Tucker, Diva and Liam sitting at the back looking rather pretty. Tyre wise, Liam mediums, Diva hards, Tucker hards, Percolele mediums, Ice Cold hards, 40 hards. Ice Cold manages to get past 40 there. Watty medium, Hitman medium, Womjo starting on softs, looking for a good start. Did get one, to be fair. Not as brilliant as Jeff and Stevo, but him and Shugs getting off the line together and filtering in. Shugs being on mediums, Stevo on softs, that would explain his rapid start, and Jeff on hard, so a brilliant start in the Alpha. The Alpha being 4-wheel drive, again, probably one of the reasons it had such a brilliant get up off the line. And as we filter through Ascari for the first time, a couple of penalties, Hitman there picking one up. Tucker, oh, there's a yellow flag in the background. Percolele has been sent to the Shadow Realm with his car now looking like a crumpled up piece of tinfoil on the damage meter. Obviously, Gran Turismo damage visuals is something to be desired. So, will that mean he'll take an early stop? We'll stick on board. We'll stick on him for a minute. The answer looks like it's going to be a yes. And it is. So percolating medium strategy to start with, not ideal. Ice Cold seems to have been involved with front bumper damage. That leaves Diva with his usual start of slowly catching Monkey up to 10th place. Fordy getting beaten off the chicane there by Liam, who in that Jaguar with a brand new wheel is looking rather feisty these days. Tucker chasing down Watty. Tucker in the Lamborghini, all sorts of sideways through the chicane. It's going to leave Liam a door that he may not want to take, and he backs out just in time. Gets the switchback and the run into the next corner, and just throws Tucker into the gravel. Getting off the track. Give that place back is Liam. Rather ambitious sending there. Luckily both get away without damage. Ice Cold moves up to 9th. Diva now up to 8th with that. In the Genesis, looking just for a steady climb through at this early stage. He doesn't want to be setting huge lap times. He just wants to build himself up, get the strategy nailed, and pick people off at the end, come what may. On that note, Ice Car has slipped back through. Fordy is now chasing down Watty, who a little bit glitchy. Seems to have stabilised for the moment. Into turn 1. Whoa, crossed up on the exit. That leaves Fordy with a really good run. Can't capitalise as the Supra turbo spools up. The four-wheel drive Mitsubishi there, bogging down in the mid-range. Ice Cold's gone for the move up the inside. Brilliant move there by Ice Cold. Fordy stomping on the brakes so he doesn't hit him. Has picked up some front bumper damage. Diva getting caught out by the incredibly slow Fordy in the middle of the corner there. Now has Tucker send it up the inside. Diva picked up half a second there for track limits. And as we move on through the field, we'll go to Hitman, who is on the back of Stevo into Ascari. And I've just had a massive branch about 12 feet long smash through my neighbour's shed. Whey! That actually just out the corner of my eye has just fallen and punctured a hole through my neighbour's shed roof. I'm going to be putting some photos of that on Facebook later. Hitman on the track though has got Stevo right in front of him and will use that slipstream, and it will be a triple slipstream as Stevo has Jeff in front of him and Wumjo ahead of Jeff. Hitman up the inside of Stevo. Stevo trying to wiggle some space and doesn't quite get it. Gets a bit out of shape through turn 1. Watty all over the curb, sorry. Ice Cold chasing. Top 3 have ran away as Hitman and Stevo slow out of the first chicane. Wumjo all over the back of Shugs with the tyre difference that could be a strategic genius move from Wumjo, or it may be the exact opposite. We'll find out as this progresses. Jeff in the Alpha, brilliantly fast, nimble little car. absolutely shocking on tyres. However, Percolele with a lap 152.8, setting the fastest lap at the back of the field there. Storming to the back of this pack after that early damage. 12 laps on soft does Womjo apparently. Okay. That's pretty damn good for a McLaren. McLarens are very generous on tyres, and you can tell that with the mediums of Shugs. Not catastrophically much more worn. Womjo up the inside. Doesn't get the run off Parabolica, but coming in to turn 1. Womjo back on the inside of Shugs. They hit into the braking zone. The McLaren brilliant on the brakes. Ferrari's not too bad, but losing out this time. Womjo storming out of that corner. Shugs left a little bit to desire as Jeff goes up the inside. Jeff on those hard tyres, only going to wiggle out wide. Just holds on. The Ferrari just keeps its nose in front for the moment. And here at home in front of the Tifosi, that Ferrari should want to make some good headway. The second Ferrari, a Hitman Shark, losing out to Stevo in the Porsche. Watty followed by Tucker, Fordy, Liam, Diva. Looking comfortable. Fordy with the first of the damaged cars. Tucker sitting pretty. Liam as well. Diva's 2. Percolele fixed and repaired in the Spunky Monkey car. Already on the back of this pack. And Ice Cole didn't pit. He's just dropped off the back with the damage. So he may have had an incident the last lap around. 212. Definitely had a spin by the looks of it. Percolele reining in Diva, and with this massive Ford engine will gain on the Genesis down into Parabolica. Thinking about sizing up a move. Diva lets it happen. Very good with Diva there. Diva looking for the switchback and the slipstream coming down the main straight. That's where that Genesis comes into its own, and Perky was such a good run through the middle of Parabolica there, straight into this midfield. 4 cars across the line within a whisper of each other. Tucker backing out really early. Master plan is poster boy. Where's poster boy? You'll be in race 2, won't you, mate? Because you're a B rank. Watty is Watty? What a surprise. Jesus. Do you know what? This is what I really love. Everybody has so many different names for different accounts on different platforms. Nobody knows who each other really is. I mean, these guys race each other every week, and 3 of them don't even know who each other are. Fantastic. As we get back to some action, was you on your wheel? Was Watty on his wheel? Watty was on his wheel. Watty was. Speak up, Watty, can't hear you all the way back here. Giggles. Percolele making the move now on Watty, having pitted on lap 1 for very heavy damage. Oh, he's just overcooked it into the entry to Ascari. Liam with a hip check on the exit. Just got to be careful with leaving car space. What Liam does back out very quickly to give that back. He obviously saw or heard the contact. Perky, though, having lost 2 places, will get back in that slipstream of the Japanese Mitsubishi and fire it up the inside as Fordy tries to close the door on Carl and nearly wipes them both out. Think my partner stopped racing. No reply. Who's your partner, Chuchi? Perky pulling out of the slipstream on Fordy. Fordy trying to cut back, close the door on Perky. Perky trying to get the space, and Ice Cold up the inside, 3 wide into the second chicane. And Ice Cold nearly wiping out the back of Watto. But managing to get it stopped-ish. Fordy going around the outside of Percolele as slow as he checks up on Ice Cold. Percolele trying to get past Fordy, who is defending for his life, weaving left and right on the straight. Perky up the inside of both him and Ice Cold turning in. Oh, it's unsettled. Perky may well pick up a penalty for that on the exit of Ascari. You've got to be very careful with the curb and the white line, because depending on how your car is angled, you easily pick up a penalty. Oh, Fordy with a big lunge. Checks up massively as he gets the power down. Ice Cold blocking with a slow exit. Percolele on the outside of this. There's 4 cars again, 5 nearly across the start line with barely a paper between them. Perky getting it stopped. Oh, 40 now taking Ice Cold out, and then stopping in the middle of the track, causing a massive collision with Liam and Diva, and I think that's Tucker involved as well. Very, very, very bad move from Fordy, has caused himself multiple points of damage now. It's also caused, well, Ice Cold already had the damage, so they've managed to all get away with that. So head to the front. Steve-O and Hitman are still tussled together. Jeff Wumjo doing well with those soft tyres. Jeff dropping off the back now. Wumjo sticking in Shugs's tail feathers for a minute. Liam picking up a 2-second penalty. I think that penalty was for taking Fordy out after Fordy stopped in the middle of the track. So bit of cleaning up to do with the penalty review after the race. Ice Cold picking up a 1-second penalty for track limits. Watty losing a few places to Percolele, Tucker and Diva, so he's had an off or a penalty. Diva sends himself to the Shadow Realm, outbraking himself. Staying wide. Oh, don't hit that sausage curb on the exit. That is massively dangerous. You remember not too long ago, I think it was last year actually, here at Monza, the F3 car that hit that sausage curb took off and launched into the catch fence on the outside of the track. Massively fast, dangerous part of the track. Luckily these cars with a bit of ground clearance don't tend to launch like that unless out of control. Ice Cold with the front bumper damage on those hard tyres, starting to wear down. Stuck behind Watty, getting it stopped nicely. Watty keeping ahead of Tucker. And as these 3, 4, 5 cars now chasing Percolele, going on to lap, well, going up to Ascari for the 9th time. Probably should take a sip of my tea before it gets cold and I start going, ugh! Tucker on the outside, looking to go around Watto taking a nice long break into Ascari, keeping the fast entry speed up but losing it on the second and third parts. Tucker too close for the slipstream to really be a benefit there, but Diva sat nicely behind, backing out a long way before the corner. Steve-O's in off of his softs. So Steve-O not being able to make those softs last as long as Womjo has. However, 2 wide, 2 by 2 they come across the start line. Percolele and Watty now 4th and 5th respectively as Watty goes for the move. Perky tries to hang it around the outside. Watty cuts across his nose. Perfectly entitled to do so, having got the place. Just got to be careful with the checking up as Tucker loses a lot of ground, having to avoid contact in the mid corner there. Diva just backing out before the corner, gets the run. Oh, and Percolele all out of control on the entry as Tucker appears to have got into the back of him. Tucker losing a place to Ice Cold at the same time there. And while that little group behind what he fights, he can extend his little gap and try and break out of the slipstream. The slipstream train now heading down to Ascari. Watty, Perky, Ice Cold, Diva, Tucker off to the left. And a decent exit until that big slide. That's going to let the Ford close in. And whether Perky thinks about going for the move on the entry to Parabolica or not is a different question. I think he will, and he does, and he makes that move, and a collision there with someone in the background. It's Tucker has gone off, and I think Liam involved again. Liam almost definitely involved in that one as he dives into the pits. Nice Cole on the outside, Diva on the inside, pulls out. He doesn't want to stick it anywhere where it shouldn't be into turn 1. Ice Cold now chasing Watty. Diva trying to go back up the inside of Jeff now. Or is that Jeff trying to go around the outside of Diva? 2 4-wheel drive monsters. And Jeff will have the inside line and brake much later, just getting it stopped on the curb and rotating nicely. And taking that 7th place off of Diva and rapidly straight around the outside of Cole. Cole trying to return it into the second part of the Lesmos, doesn't get it. And Jeff up to 6th now, having pitted for some racing mediums. He is on a mission and a full tank of fuel, so he is going to be slower in the acceleration phase than some of these cars around him. And as we look back, Steve-O with a big lunge into the side of Ice Cold and wide on the exit of Ascari. ambition there before adhesion, and that little wiggle is going to let Diva back up the inside in the much faster in a straight line Genesis. Diva backing out, letting Stevo have a run with his fresh tyres, and Stevo making contact with Ice Cold again on Parabolica. Little door to door is fine, but could be so much worse if somebody doesn't expect it. Diva with a double slipstream going for the move on Ice Cold, backs out early. Oh, and a big check up from Watty as Jeff gets out of shape. Stevo getting out of shape, trying to avoid Watty. That leaves Ice Cold with a run. But Ice Cold has just slipped in the gap. That front bumper damage will slow him down on the straights compared to the cars around him. Anyway, and Ice Cold going for the move. Oh, and Tucker's off in the background. Ice Cold over the curb, letting Stevo go, letting Diva go. Filtering in behind. Diva still in that 8th place with pit stops galore going on around him. Tucker has got some front wheel damage, so he may well have got hit in an incident earlier off camera. I think that might have been the Ascari one, potentially. Ice Cold going for the move, 3 wide into Ascari, thinks better of it, backs out. Diva hunting down Stevo. Stevo in the slipstream of the cars in front should just drag ahead, but the monster engine in that Genesis, the monster fake engine in that Genesis, pulling it down the straight just as fast. Ice Cold trying to go up the inside of Diva, using that slipstream of the guys in front. As who's that diving into the pits? It's Percolele diving into the pits again. So a lot of these guys not having pitted have a lot more than a car that did pit on lap 1. Jeff deep into turn 1. Watty following. Stevo with a much better run is going to get the exit speed and potentially draw up on Watty. But Watty with that draft off of Jeff will just stay ahead. Ice Cold right in behind. Tucker up the inside. Oh, Tucker. Oh, the camera goes into a weird position. Ice Cold all over the curb. Bit of contact. All's fair in love and war, but on the racetrack it is elbows out. Tucker appears to come off slightly worse than before. Diva up the inside, dives out of it at the last second as Tucker just said, no, I'm not losing another position. Who's leading? It doesn't really matter at this point of the race. It's irrelevant, Pete. At this point, Shugs is leading. Wumjo was leading for nearly 12 laps. However, he has pitted with some decent tyre wear, to be fair. Hitman goes into second. Shugs taking the lead, almost bingo fuel, so he'll be hoping to get a quali style lap in before Wumjo gets out on his fresh tyres. And as he exits, what's he going to? He's going to mediums for this next stint. So all he has to do now, Wumjo, is not get caught up in traffic. And as he comes out of the pits, Stevo sidewalls, gets reset, outbrakes himself into turn 1, gets reset in the middle of the corner, which is a stupid place to reset someone. 27 minutes down. Set of mediums to the end. That's doable. Although, don't you have to use all 3 tyres? Sure, you've got to use all 3 tyres. Do you not? Pretty sure we do in the Group 3s. Yeah, I thought you had to use all 3 tyres, so we'll see how this plans out for Monza. The last 2 laps. So it's not to the end then, Pete, is it? Come on. That's false advertising if ever I heard it. Jeff, having made his stop a few laps earlier, has cleared Monza by nearly a dozen seconds. Or maybe half a dozen seconds. Steve-O, having pitted a few laps before, did get caught in the traffic and hasn't been able to manage to get through as quickly as Jeff, as Hitman pits in off of his mediums. Shugs now goes bingo fuel on his mediums, and that will be touch and go as to whether he'll make the end of the lap. If he doesn't get to the end of this lap at full tilt, he may well have shot himself in the foot. Jeff now just crossing the line into turn 1, so he's quite a long way off, but he's last lap around didn't close in. Wamjo coming out the pits, 5 or 6, yeah, about half a dozen seconds to Jeff. So that's not bad for a couple of laps. Jeff getting caught in the traffic as well. Steve-O now clear of this mid-pack, looking forward, not backwards, trying to get onto the back of Wamjo. Jeff throwing it into the second Lesmo just as Wamjo comes through the first Lesmo. Shugs down the back straight. It's gonna be touch and go. He doesn't want to run out of fuel before the pit lane. If he can just get to the pit lane before that ticks out, which I think he's gonna do, he's gonna do it just. So no time lost there. 1 litre of fuel left. However, by running much longer, Jeff on the fresher tyres, albeit with about 2/3 of a tank at the start of the last lap, and Wamjo with his full tank will be slower in the acceleration and braking zones, but faster in the mid corner. And Shugs is coming out of the pits. Wamjo will go on board as Shugs cleared by Wamjo. Shugs comes out in a comfortable 3rd, just ahead of 40. Hitman, Steve-O's gone backwards with damage now. So Steve-O getting involved in an incident off camera. We'll have to check that out in the review phase as well. Going for the move on Shark. Switches to the inside for the braking zone. Oh, and let off the brakes a little bit early and nearly went straight through the back of Shark van, but avoidance of biblical proportions there, doing him well. Diva with bingo fuel now in the Genesis. He'll be in next lap, or this lap should we say. Steve-O may well be stuck with that damage slowing him down, and slightly worn tyres now as well. The fuel should be good, but it's just not enough to keep him moving forwards. He's going to stall out. Percolele, having made his stop 2 laps ago, is already onto the back of this group. And Rapid, Watty with some fresh hards, looking for a nice couple of clean laps. Liam and Ice Cole have both pitted. Liam going to some hards, Cole to some mediums, and Jeff taking over the lead in the 1:59.3s. So just managing to keep those consistent times ticking over. Wamjo now 1:59.8. Shugs with that massive long pit stop, having to take extra fuel. And every 5 litres is another second's worth of stop time. Losing out massively on the guys in front. And with no slipstream, he's going to have to rely on raw pace. And on the hard tyres, which is a slower compound, even though they are fresh, will struggle. As somebody like Fordy, with the soft tyres, would just have that better peak grip in certain situations. Overall grip, much less. Hitman on fresh mediums as well in the other Ferrari, raking in time on the leaders now that he's clear of this midfield gaggle. Percolele having picked up a half-second penalty for track limits. Probably through the Lesmos, because that's where the most common penalty comes. He's going to serve that just as Steve-O in front. Oh, big heavy break for the penalty. Behind him is Watty with a 1 second penalty through the Ascari. Liam coming back into it. Diva on some softs for this middle stint, looking to make up some quick places and just get back to some clean air and start raking in those times as well. Tucker with a 3.5 second penalty. That's probably a pit lane and a track limit, having just pitted. That's going to ruin that lap. Up front, Jeff and Wamjo trading lap times by milliseconds. Shugs also just dropping off the back of them, not able to stick with those slower tyres, but that's all he needs to do. He just needs to keep chugging in the times for the moment, burn that fuel off, keep it consistent, not lose too much time, and later on when he stops for his faster tyres, that will reel itself back in. Steve-O doing very well with the damage in holding station in P4 for the moment. Percolele all over the back of him in the monstrous Ford. Hitman in the second of the Ferraris is now closing in rapidly on these two and will probably want to get through quite quickly. Oh, big burps. Watty with another 1 second penalty for track limits. If he stopped getting penalties for track limits, he'd be up in the top 3 by now, but with about 48,000 years worth of penalties served, he's down in P7. Liam, P8, Cole, P9, Diva and Fordy now, Fordy all over the exit curb of Ascari, having just pitted as well. Full tank of fuel, fresh tyres. Diva not using those softs at all. Oh, and Fordy launching it onto the grass. Got to be careful there, Fordy. You cannot. Yeah, half a second penalty. Well justified for a lunge and a half, nearly killing Diva in the process. Spaniard is in the room. Jan will be doing ours just after this, so in about 20-ish minutes. Birdies. Brain getting sidetracked there. Watty onto the back of Hitman, who has now picked up a 1 second penalty. Percolele just dropping off the back of Stevo. Ever so slightly. And that's a real good, consistent pace from Stevo with the damage. Perky obviously being held up with the battling. Hitman up the inside of Percolele and backs out of it at just the wrong moment. If he backed out a little bit earlier, he wouldn't have lost the ground, and that plays to Watty there as he serves the penalty. However, that Ferrari will just latch back on up the next straight, almost definitely. The monster Ford engine not getting away from the Japanese Supra, sat in its slipstream, much lighter, pulls out, goes side by side, and now it's just a slipstream, just a drag race. Oh, and Watty cutting across Percolele at just before the braking zone, and a massive lag spike as well, nearly wiping out all three of these cars. Very aggressive, very good move, but very aggressive. Stevo, looking in his mirrors, thinking, well, you guys keep fighting, I'm just going to keep going forwards, mate. You lot keep fighting, leave me alone, I'm going to run away. Shugs finally hitting the 2-minute barrier while the fuel comes down. Is slowly losing time on the guys in front. Wumjo, last lap around, gaining on Jeff. Jeff with a 1 second penalty for track limits this time will have a massive detriment this lap, and Shugs as well will all gain time on Jeff as his medium tyres just starting to unravel. Jeff coming along, it's going to be a 2:01.2. Wumjo 2 minutes dead. Shugs with another 2 minutes, nearly 2:01. So Jeff not losing too much to Shugs, but nearly a second on, or just over a second to Wumjo, who is reeling him in. Stevo with the damage, still holding out in front. Watty, Percolele and Hitman. Three-way into turn one. Hitman on the inside of Watty this time. Getting it stopped. Losing the time. Those hard tyres on that Supra need to get off ASAP. The Ford being much heavier just has the grip on the exit. And the Ferrari just being a much wider platform. Same again, just being a much more planted car. But the Supra doing nice with its less weight. Churning out the times. Oh, and he's wider the second chicane coming into the Lesmos. Percolele just sits behind, and the gaggle of three cars behind reeled in these lot rapidly. with all that fighting. What are you now on the outside? Oh, and ice cold thinking about having a nibble. And what he's slow off the second Lesmo. Diva looking for a move. Ice cold looking for a move. There's 40 in there as well. And we all know 40 is not afraid to go for a move. As he sends it round the outside of Diva into Ascari. That was brave. And on that, Diva on those soft tyres will be jumping to his favourite one to finish, I think, come towards the end. Cole going for the move on Perky. Nearly wipes him out. Perky takes the wider line, which is faster all round. Getting in the slipstream of Watto. Ice cold bailing out of that fight. Steve-O deciding to join him in the pit lane, having picked up even more damage. Perky now going for the move on Watto, and brilliant move. 40 just straight into the back of Watty. Diva getting caught out by that as well. But there we go, Diva with the 54, 54, 54, 59, reeling these guys in ahead on those soft tyres. Diva picks up a half-second penalty for absolutely nothing. We know Monza's penalty system is questionable, to be polite. However, that was quite bad. Watty now looking into the second Lesmo. Not usually an overtaking place, and backs out of it because he knows he's not going to make that tight turn. However, Diva straight up the inside of 40, taking that position away from him. Ascari, here we go. What are you thinking about the move? Again, just filtering in behind. Jeff in for his second stop now. 16 minutes to go, 15 and a half minutes to go. That should be to the end. Oh, what are you diving out of the slipstream? Going to need every ounce of horsepower to get past that Ford, and on the brakes does so. Watty now up the inside, and I think, judging by it, Watty and Percolele and Diva are all jumping into the pits, which will leave 40, who had pitted a lap or two ago, to continue on his merry way. Jeff has come out in P4, clear of that midfield, no problemo. Hitman has managed to scamper off up the road, having pitted 7-8 laps ago, so he's still yet to pit for the second time, I believe. Shugs in P2 on those hard tyres, trying to close down on Womcho, and doing so last lap by 0.2 of a second. Hitman just wanting to get some clean, fresh air for a few laps. Just needs to get his head down and concentrate. And as I lubricate my mouth so I can continue talking, Liam chased by Ice Cole. Liam all over the grass, gravel, into auto drive. 13 minutes to go. Liam has... Oh no, he hasn't hit auto drive, he's just hit his hazard lights and wiped Cole out going into Parabolica. Backs out and gives him the place back, but again, not really committed enough to that move. Steve-O and Diva have come out hard and medium tyres respectively, latched together, and this is where Diva gets his dues. Puts those favourite tyres of his on, which is usually the better tyre, and will now pick people off towards the end, hopefully. Liam losing out to Ice Cold by quite a way now. 40 might make it to the end if he doesn't have to pit again. Jeff on those softs, he needs to get up the road ASAP to get back ahead of Womjo, who with quite a bit of fuel left will only need to have a stop and go for those tyres. Hitman picking up a 1 second penalty may or may not hinder Jeff with the ghosting, unghosting, draft, no draft situation. We'll see how that unfolds. Exit of Shakira. Jeff on the exit of Ascari. Try and get my words out properly. Into Parabolica, closes up on Hitman. He's now going to get the benefit of that slipstream. Hitman says, no you don't, and drives into the pits. So Hitman now looking to get in and out with minimal fuel, minimal fuss. Shugs his hard tyres, doing him well. Last time around, Womjo pulling out a 4 tenths. Shugs, Jeff, the top 3, all on different tyre strategy coming to the last 10 minutes. 40 again may have played a blinder here with strategy, getting in early and up to 4. Ice car, oh, and massive carnage going on in the background. That is Steve-O and Liam off at the back. Steve-O only just pitted for fresh hard tyres. Percolele now chasing Diva down with some softs, and that's a very good end to the race potentially. Yes, Jan, literally directly after this it'll all be in one stream. So Percolele looking on the inside of Diva on the second Lesmo now, holding his line. Perky just wants to sit in that slipstream and use that big Ford engine, pull himself down this little short straight, go through Ascari and latch on into Parabolica. Steve-O going for the move though, pulls out, thinks better of it. There's much better places to overtake in a few corners time, and oh, Diva with a wiggle. Percolele having to duck out of the slipstream early. Is he going to make it into Parabolica? Whoa, and Liam with a kamikaze move, wiping Percolele out. Luckily no damage, but he's lost 2 positions, and Liam is somewhere into Narnia, picking up a 4-second penalty for what it's worth. Percolele minding his own there, going for a nice move on Diva, almost gets sent to Narnia himself. So, having just made a really good move, is now defending from Watty and Hitman. Watty on softs, Hitman on even fresher softs. And Perky having made the move. Oh, and Hitman with a big hip check to Watty in the braking zone. Watty backing out. Hitman as well. Steve-O just in front of these guys on the hard tyres. Oh, into the gravel. Nearly wipes everybody out, but very good. Very good. Held it all together. Watty all over the back of Hitman, who had a slow exit to the second Lesmo and getting boxed in. As Hitman doesn't know what to do with Percolele. Oh, and Watty's on the grass. Percolele gets hit by Hitman. Hitman is all sorts of... Oh, Hitman with some front bumper damage. Watty now on the grass. Diva in the middle. Tucker on the inside. 4 wide down the back straight. Almost 5 wide. Steve-O involved as well. And as we go into Parabolica, it's Tucker on the inside, comes out the best. Steve-O on the outside, hanging it out to dry. Hitman following in Steve-O. Diva trying to get up the inside of Tucker. And 4 way down the main straight again we go. Oh, Percolele going for the move on Ice Cold now. Gets ahead very nicely. Steve-O sends it on Ice Cold as well. Hitman goes around the outside. Steve-O up the inside of Percolele. And oh, carnage. Steve-O, Percolele, Hitman into the gravel. Ice Cold getting smashed about a bit. Ice Cold, whoa, throwing Diva off the road. Diva over the curbs. Steve-O over the curbs. Watty over the curbs. Ice Cold, oh, Ice Cold getting smashed into the grass by Watty. It's down to the last 5 minutes. You can tell now, everybody getting their elbows out. Ice Cold trying with rear bumper damage. That's going to really affect his top speed. Even in the slipstream, that diffuser absolutely mangled as he just gets swallowed up by everyone. Steve-O with a half-second penalty for track limits. Percolele with some front bumper damage from that collision with Steve-O. Now just trying to close back in with 4.5 minutes to go. Steve-O just dropping off the back of that group. Ice Cold almost dead. Liam with quite a bit of damage. Oh, wiggle. Ice Cold having checked up, gets smacked about by a bit of Tucker. Tucker, Liam, Ice Cold, all side by side. Hitman as well. Hitman with a lot of damage. So there's quite a lot of damage here. Oh, and Liam sending Hitman onto the grass. Quite a lot of penalties in these last 5 minutes are going to definitely be given out, because you cannot be throwing people off the track like that. Hitman, Steve-O, Ice Cold looking for a move on Liam. Liam pushes him onto the grass again, and Ice Cold gets reset somewhere right in the middle of the corner, which is brilliant again. Tucker gets a 2-second penalty. Diva on the outside of Ice Cold. Ice Cold now going for the move again. Backs out. Percolele on the inside. Has to back out of Hitman's slipstream as he gets checked up. Diva now rinsing through. On the inside, Ice Cold, not Percolele, Hitman and Liam crossing nose to tail, nearly causing another massive accident. Liam off on the exit of Ascari. That damage is not doing him any good at all. 2.5 minutes to go. There's no point in even trying to repair it because you ain't got enough time to get back. Diva with front and rear bumper damage, so he's in a lot worse state than Percolele, who's just got the front bumper damage. Ice Cold, who has just rear bumper damage. Hitman with front and right wheel damage. Stevo with front and right wheel damage. And Watty with no damage. Quite a long way up the road. Diva going for the move, backs out into turn 1. Stevo, Percolele and Ice Cold side by side. Big Ford engine rattling over the curbs. Ice Cold looking for that slipstream. The Mercedes, no slouch, bit of a sleeper. Oh, and Ice Cold's on the grass. Ice Cold's on the grass, Hitman. Oh, and Ice Cold's into the wall. You can see that the second you put 2 wheels on the grass and try braking, you're asking for a one-way ticket to the shallow realm. Hitman on the inside of Percolele. Oh, moving in the braking zone, not ideal again, but gets away with it. May well have checked himself up though. With that extra bit of damage on the wheel, Percolele out drags him up the straight. Hangs it around the first part of the Ascari chicane. And the second, Hitman just cannot stick with him in the middle of it and loses the place. Liam up to 8th, Diva in 9th currently. Stevo is stuck behind them with all sorts of damage. His race unravelling rather quickly, having been caught in that midfield. Liam, bingo, bingo, bingo fuel. As they all get on to the last lap, the only one that might not is Ice Cold and Tucker. Tucker definitely won't make it. Ice Cold just makes it. Well, no, he doesn't. Ice Cold doesn't make it. So Ice Cold finishes 11th. Tucker will finish 12th. Diva currently 10th on the last lap. Liam and Stevo coming together at turn 1. That's Liam almost out of fuel now. He just needs to put it in fuel map 6 and get to the end hopefully. Stevo chasing Diva, both of which have got plenty of fuel till the end, and Stevo up the inside, aggressive over the curbs, trying to get the last point or two that he can muster. Percolele stuck behind Hitman, who has managed to wiggle his way through again. A big old Ford with its big heavy butt trying to step out. Oh, and Hitman's had a massive wobble. He's slow. That's allowed Percolele around the outside. Stevo's going to try. Oh, Hitman leaves no space. Stevo onto the grass. That allows Diva to go for the move. No. Jeff is finished first, Shug second, Wamjo third. Fordy's gonna come home in 4th because Watty's a mile and a half behind him. We're gonna stick with this mid-pack battle. Percolele clear of Hitman now. Stevo, Diva, last-ditched effort. It's the last corner. Hitman on the outside of Percolele runs wide. Stevo with the damage, Diva with less damage, Hitman with a switchback. It's a 3-way drag race to the end. Percolele's going to come home 6th. Diva comes home 7th. Stevo 8th. Hitman 9th. Liam runs out of fuel down at Parabolica, and we'll limp home to finish 10th. And I will just wait for him to cross the line to make sure he doesn't disconnect. And he does. So, hectic last 5 minutes. The race finished as, off camera, Jeff Shuggs, Wumjo, your top three, Fordy and Watty, all alone in 4th and 5th. Percolady 6th after Diva takes Stevo, Hitman and Liam on the last corner. Stevo comes home in next place. Hitman, Liam, Ice Cold and Tucker rounds out the rear. That was a fantastic race, Watty. Definitely a lot of penalties to consider in that last 5 minutes, because a lot of that is no driving. You can't be sending people onto the grass and into the shadow realm just because. Right, so that was Lobby B, the Group 4s. Now for Lobby A, which is in the Group 3 versions. So all these guys are going to be... was I also in it? Didn't see. Was you also in what, Peter? Was you in the race? Yeah, you didn't. You didn't get much screen time, unfortunately, you top three, because you didn't have any fights after the first 6 laps. I suppose it's the way that the cookie crumbles. If you're all on your own and you're all a bit lonesome, it doesn't make for good. I mean, I've got nothing to say. Here's a car. It looks pretty. It's going around in circles. There's nothing happening around it. Oh, look, that car's going round another corner. Oh, and another one. Yeah. I mean, I may well in the future, as I roll myself a cigarette. Smoking's not good for you boys and girls. Don't do it. I may well in the future actually start writing out proper race notes. So I've got something else to talk about in the middle of, let's say, quiet periods, when there is one, if there is one. Because I did watch a little documentary the other day about top sports commentators, and David Croft was talking about him and Murray Walker back in the day. And they do handwritten notes for every single race. Martin Brundle too. And he has about 40 pages worth, 40 A4 pages worth of notes written out for every session. Not just the race, that's every session. So 40 separate pages for different sessions, for different stats, different quotes, lap times, records, everything. And you wonder why they make it look so easy. It's because they do their bloody homework. They're not sat there with a cigarette in their mouth and a cup of tea, yawning and trying to stop cats from throwing up. Which is, unfortunately, the position I find myself in. So, race 2, or technically race 1, in the A lobby. Riz qualifies in first. Mini in the Lamborghini with a phenomenal lap in second. Pickle third. Poster Boy in fourth. T-Jam, the current Laganator in this room, fifth. Gets away with it primarily here. Kimi in sixth. Got a bit crossed up on his qualifying lap. Ditched it in the gravel. Went wide at Parabolica on his first attempt and was serving a half-second penalty for the second lap. Spaniard as well didn't get a clean lap. Pengalingalinga-wanga-winga-linga-linga-win. In 8th, also not a clear lap. Axel had 2 big offs, and BSF at the back didn't set a lap time, too busy taking medication. So as we fire away into this race, we'll sit up top with Riz, who gets away well in the Supra. The Lamborghini of Mini already down to 4th. Lime Pickle and Kimi doing phenomenal starts on all, and Pickle's off. Pickle gets reset right in the middle of the field. Luckily he's ghosted. Kimi picks up a half-second penalty for his problems. Excuse me, at turn 1, and Mini only ends up losing 1 place. However, into the second chicane, lots of wiggly bum touching here in the middle. T-Jam having a niggle at Bengalinguin, who made a phenomenal start in all the carnage. Axel going the opposite way. Jan just holding station. Pickle at the back there, so of the main pack. BSF right off the back early on, just minding his own business, starting on the hard tyres. Softs for Riz, softs for Kimi, softs for Mini, mediums for Poster Boy, hards on the Penguin, softs on the Pickle, hards on the Axel, hards on BSF, and Jan also on the hard. So quite a few on hards, quite a few on softs, and I think 1 on the mediums. So it's good to see where they all start to. BSF on the outside of Axel and Pickle. Pickle looking for the move on Penguin. Goes for it. T-Jam turning into Pickle. Bit of contact over the curbs. Bit of tool rubbing on the exit. Penguin getting caught out. Jan as well getting caught out in that, having to back off. Pickle making his way back up to 5th early on. Penguin sliding back, and Axel into the back of Jan. Penguin drops off of the guys in front. Jan with a bit of a wiggle. Axel with a deep lunge. BSF just sitting on the back of them. Riz is up front, getting away. Kimi with a big spike there. Mini in the Lamborghini, latching onto the back of Riz. That's all he needs to do for this first stint, is just latch onto the back and stay on that slipstream. Use that slipstream to tow yourself along. Kimi up to 3rd from the back, Poster Boy in 4th, and the McLaren doing well. Just sticking in the slipstream. Pickle now up to 5th, gets past Axel, and so does Jan in the black Genesis. T-Jam right on the back of Axel as they head into the braking zone. Axel turning into Jan. And a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. Nudgy. Turn 1, side by side, not ideal. T-Jam trying to get in the middle there. Thinking about trying to split the difference and not making it, but does get up the inside of Axel. Axel tries to return the favour into the next corner. No worries, Whitey, we'll try and get hold of that towards time. T-Jam up the inside of Axel, up the inside of Jan, throws him on the grass. Gives the legs back, filters into the slipstream. Penguin is now latched in, or is now dropped to the back as well. So the Penguin has gone to the back and is now sat behind BSF. Oh, big jump, and oh, that's Mini gone round. Mini's gone round from second place. Is now off the back with damage. Riz is all on his own up the front. Kimi a long way back. Poster Boy and Pickle side by side through Parabolica, and as they exit, Axel gets a half-second penalty for something. BSF has made his way up to 6th in all of that carnage, so there must have been some other offs in Parabolica. Jan and T-Jam flying back past using the slipstream. Tight in T1, the Mitsubishi there of T-Jam, all sorts of sideways on the exit. Mini does pit, goes to some hard tyres. Coming into the next game, T-Jam, Axel get the elbows out, Jan into the gravel almost. T-Jam goes up the inside, BSF just filters in behind, although gets the run, thinks better of it, just sits there behind Jan. On those hard tyres, not looking at making many moves early on. Axel's on the inside, boxed in by T-Jam, who then pulls in front of Jan. And Axel into the next corner. T-Jam wide into the gravel at Ascari. BSF back up the inside of T-Jam. Axel serving his penalty right in the middle of everyone, gets dropped to the back. T-Jam up the inside. BSF wide. Oh, lots of laggy with the T-Jam. As they head up the straight for the 5th lap. Jan, T-Jam, Axel's on the inside. BSF, oh, T-Jam's gone around. BSF having to check up to not smash into him. Loses out to Axel. So Jan now runs away with P5. Poster Boy has dropped off the back of Pickle quite quickly in P4. Pickle picking up a 1 second penalty. Kimi in P2, both of them dropping off of Riz very quickly in this first stint. Riz with a bit of lag, juttering around. Nothing too bad, but manageable for the moment. Kimi losing time to Pickle, who's now picked up another half a second on top. Pickle picking up 1.5 seconds of track limit penalties on his mission back to the front. So he's going to serve that and drop right off the back of Kimi. Poster Boy just minding his own in 4th. Jan, Axel, BSF in the slipstream. T-Jam going for the move up the inside. Oh, Axel all over the place as T-Jam's lag causes a lot of switcheroos in that Parabolica, and BSF loses 2 places. Axel and T-Jam bouncing around, making headway. T-Jam into turn 1, looking to recover from that last lap spin. Does so, keeps it ahead of Axel, who's now looking for that move again in the Alpha. Very nice looking livery. T-Jam on the outside, Axel up the inside, side by side, all over the curbs. BSF picking up the place again and dropping it out again and picking it up again. Axel going for the move back into Lesmo 2, thinks better of it. T-Jam off again. And this time does hit the wall, causing damage. So he's going to have to get in the pits and get that repaired so that he doesn't lose more time. Sliding around in the Mitsubishi. Mini, having pitted a few laps ago for damage, is also closing in on this group rapidly. Penguin and Axel side by side into Parabolica. Axel on the inside, Penguin going around the outside in the Porsche. Very good move. Filters into the slipstream. And he drags ahead of Axel. As they cross the line for the 7th time. Penguin now for the move on BSF. BSF all sorts of wide. Over the curb. Sideways. Wiggle, wiggle. Really warming those tyres up. Penguin now chasing down the Spaniard. Who is not far back from Posterboy. Posterboy having a dodgy last lap, losing out 2 seconds to the pack behind. Axel with a move up the inside of Penguin. Thinks better of it into Lesmo 2. Penguin with a wiggle on the exit of the second Lesmo. That's going to give Axel the run into Ascari. Penguin holding defensive on the inside. And that's Axel around the outside. Makes it stick. Penguin just filters in. BSF with the clear track, raking in the time difference again. That's Mini closing in at the back as well. So as Penguin and Axel fight, everyone behind is just stuck on BSF with a great run around Parabolica. But the top speed of that Alpha really getting low, really losing out to the Porsche. Even with the bump draft down the straight, the Alpha just not able to really do much. Oh, and Spaniard's gone round. Yellow flag's out for a millisecond. Penguin gets collected by that spin. So does Axel, BSF. And that's allowed Mini to close right up on the back. T-Jam did pit for some softs and is now on his way back through to the front. Spaniard picked up some wheel damage for his cause there and all over the curbs. Mini getting stuck in that fight. BSF just towing along behind with the windscreen wiper going again. This is very customary for BSF, just to throw the windscreen wiper on. Might be a tactic for tricking other people into pitting, don't know. But Spaniard goes around the outside in the Genesis and clear into Ascari, even with the damage. Now chasing down Penguin. Poster Boy has managed to extend out in front this lap as everybody else is fighting behind. Mini now through on BSF into Parabolica. Spaniard's off again. Axel trying to get up the inside. Has a half-second penalty for track limits. And BSF just being left behind, even though he's in the slipstream of Mini, just cannot go forwards, cannot stay ahead down the straights. Tyres looking much healthier this time around compared to everyone around him. Jan all over the back of Mini. Mini with a jud all over the curbs. Oh, and Axel into the back of Mini. Oh, and BSF's into the wall. Jan's into the wall. I think BSF collected there by Jan doing a spin, or Mini doing a spin, one of the three. Axel's picked up front bumper damage. Jan's now got two-wheel damage. Mini gets away without damage, luckily, having pitted just for damage. Penguin running away now, managing to stay clear of all that carnage. Mini up the inside of Jan. Jan gets collected by Axel twice. BSF getting stuck in behind all of that. Now just trying to get clear. T-Jam, is that? No, it's Axel. T-Jam, long way back still on those softs. Jan, see what Jan does this lap around. BSF stays out with the damage. So does Jan. So does Axel. BSF letting Jan through. So the Ford all over the curbs. Jan picking up a 1.5 second penalty there. BSF picking up half a second. Mini chasing down the Penguin, looking good. With his fresh, he's all over the curbs at the chicane. That will be a penalty. And if you get away with that, massively lucky. Lots of penalties being dished out for track limits. Kimmy and Lion Pickle deciding to fight over who wants the most amount of penalties in second and third. And all the while, Rizzle McDizzle is just dragging away from these guys. Yeah, mate, windscreen wiper confusion mode. That's what we're going to call it. Doesn't know whether it's wet or dry. Penguin and Mini 5th and 6th in their own little battle, catching up to the guys in front. Kimmy's into pit. Kimmy's had enough of those softs. He's in. That lets Poster Boy and Penguin, Mini, Jan, Axel. BSF is into pit as well. So we're at the 18-minute mark. Axel chasing down Spaniard. Two cars with some damage chasing Mini and Penguin. Mini and Penguin no damage, hunting down Poster Boy. And as they head into the chicane, second chicane, Mini again all over the curbs, out braking himself. Nearly gets collected by Jan, and that's going to put him in a dodgy position now, because Mini is extremely fast when he's got nobody around him. Now, can he get his head down and just get on with it? Or is Jan going to have, well, Jan with the damage, just dropping back massively in that straight line, even with the slipstream. So Mini should be fine from a dive bomb here. And he gets through Ascari nice and clear, he might be able to latch back onto the Penguin. He's got to use that raw power of the Lamborghini to get there. Axel with a feint on Spaniard. Penguin, second place, chilling. Those soft tyres starting to get quite badly worn. Jan is in to get rid of his damage and tyres. Riz doing alright. A little bit stuttery still, but all good. Oh, I managed to get through the first race without a yawn almost. The second race didn't. Riz all on his own. Those soft tyres doing really well at the start here. Pickle, Bingo, Fuel having pitted once already. Or did he pit? Don't know if he pitted. Definitely got taken out and has had to work his way up from the back again. Poster boy just chilling. That McLaren doing really good with its tyres and its fuel. The Porsche Penguin right in behind with a bit more fuel on the harder tyres. Doing alright as well. Mini has finally, well, has still got clear of this mid-pack, but is towing Axel, and now T-Jam is latched onto the back of this group, as well as Axel goes deep into Ascari and loses it onto the gravel. So he's now out of that little fight. BSF with 1 second of track limits. Still with the windscreen wiper blazing away. Has moved to some soft tyres, and in comes Pickle. Pickle's in from P2. That allows Poster Boy to move up. And Risley McDisley is still chilling in the lead. Poster Boy P2 looking just to extend this first stint as far as possible. Penguin as well. Now latching on to the back of him. T-Jump all over the curbs. Mini's now looking at trying to get back past. And as they come into the second chicane, everyone just filters in nicely. Axel there all over the curbs in 5th. Sixth, sorry. BSF, Kimi is pitted. Oh, 1 second penalty again for BSF for track limits. Kimi pitting last lap around for some mediums. Is thinking about having a long middle stint here maybe. Much more fuel than BSF. BSF didn't pit for fuel, just for tyres by the looks of it. Serving that penalty, Kimi is just sitting in behind him. So Kimi on those medium tyres, knowing he's not going to be fast enough to just outright overtake. In comes Rizzle McDizzle and Poster Boy from P1 and 2. That leaves Penguin to go through. T-Jam as well. Mini goes through in third. So T-Jam in the best position here. Whoa, Mini going somewhere, gets sent back. BSF compromise or sympathy spinning. Rizzle McDizzle out the pit lane on some hard tyres now is in P5, chasing down the Kimi. And all over the curbs goes Rizzle, BSF following him. As we head through the second of the Lesmos, Rizzle on his fresh hards is an absolute sitting duck to the missile Ford, straight through into Ascari. Or Rizzle all out of shape in the braking zone, loses out a lot of time. BSF now after the Kimi. Kimi latching on to the back of Mini, who's going to have to pit soon off of those hards. So Kimi's looking good. Penguin's gone bingo fuel on the hards, so he's going to go one more lap. T-Jam on those softs, having made a second, or having made a stop already, takes the lead. There's Mini, there's Kimi, BSF in that big lazy Ford around the first chicane. And Riz on those hards has no response. And the lag just bouncing around a little bit, nothing eccentric. Should be good. Just ahead of these, Kimi and Mini. Kimi with the mediums on a full tank of the fuel when he pitted in the Ferrari is looking really good here. You know, we won't know until all the pit stops filter through, but Mini is bingo fuel as well, having had to pit earlier for the damage and working his way back up to P3. So he's looking at just getting through the next couple of minutes. We're at the 27-minute mark, nearly halfway. He's just having to go in a bit fuel save by the looks of it. Kimi closing in and going for the move down into... No, filters in. BSF in the Ford, closing in on the guys in front at a rapid rate to not as they try and sort themselves out. There goes Mini into the pits. Riz has now got lime all over him. Oh, and BSF loses it under braking into turn one. So the soft tyres that were meant for a short calculated stint have been absolutely destroyed, and the fuel as well. Having not pitted for fuel, that strategy has almost gone out the window. Rizzle McDizzle is right behind the pickle. Kimi just holding on now. Kimi fighting for position here. Again on those medium tyres, pitted a few laps back now. Is just holding on to the Penguin. Penguin is definitely pitting next lap. T-Jam, those tyres are ruined, and he heads into the pit lane. So the two leaders pitting now. We'll let Kimi go, then Pickle. BSF is on the back of this group, Poster Boy 2 latching on to the guys in front. Rizzle on the inside of Pickle, pushes his way through. Bit of lag, bounces off of Pickle. Poster Boy trying to stay clear, gets cut up. And Poster Boy looking at a move, not looking at a move. It's hard to tell. Riz with a move up the inside of Pickle now into the first of the Lesbos. Not really a place you'd normally overtake, but Pickle lets him have it. And filters in behind, ready for the second Lesmo. And that pretty much seals the fate until Parabolica, because you don't normally overtake into Ascari. You use the Ascari to set yourself up for the straight into Parabolica. And Poster Boy with a brilliant run. Pickle not sure where to go, just sits in that slipstream. BSF being dropped off the back of this pack on Bingo Fuel, just trying to get to the pit lane. So that strategy falling apart rather rapidly. Pickle with Poster Boy in behind. Up the inside, makes a brilliant move into turn one. Great overtake. Rizzle, wiggle with the Pickle. And that's going to allow Rizzle around the outside. He filters back in. That lag now with the cars around him getting more prominent. Looking for the move on the inside into the second chicane. Oh, and he's hit Pickle holds on to it. That's left Poster Boy with the move up the inside, and Poster Boy thinks better of it. He's just going to sit there with the McLaren, and he's going to use the top speed potentially down this next straight just to reel in close. Oh, Rizzle's had a bad exit. Poster Boy's gone past. Riz is on the inside, he may fight this out. Does. They go side by side through Ascari. Poster Boy holds on to it. Jan closing in. So Poster Boy getting the run down to Ascari with Riz having a bad exit on the curbs. Poster Boy with the extra grip of the soft tyres. Driving past. And now setting after Pickle. And all the meanwhile, Kimi up front is just pumping in the 150s, just chilling out. Nothing to be seen spectacular wise, just metronomic. Pickle now defending from Poster Boy, going a bit deep at turn one. Poster Boy with a much better exit on those soft tyres as well. Gets out wide. It's going to go for the switch back. No, just holds out wide. He wants to save the tyre grip as long as possible. Just saw with BSF, those softs, they disintegrate quite quickly, and Pickle's off. Pickle gets reset right in front of Riz. Luckily he's ghosted, but that's just disconcerting all around. Many having made his stop a couple of laps ago is doing well. Penguin with a 1.5 second penalty. BSF out with 25 minutes to go on some medium tyres. Kimi still leading from Poster Boy and Rizzle in behind. The Pickle, D-line Pickle, not letting that Supra out of his sight and out of Ascari, sends it wide. Nearly shit me pants. Pretty sure he did at the time. Rizzle with a big lag in the middle of the Parabolica. Poster Boy chasing Kimi. 50.3 to 50.5, only 0.2 of a second. Riz only 0.2 again. The RE sets, all the resets on the corner. So if you cut a corner too much, or the game thinks that you've gained too much time, it will just reset you, and it's really, really, really annoying. Especially on a track with Monza, in any of the chicanes, or even Parabolica. If you go off Ascari, sorry, if you go off at Ascari fast, and it thinks that you've gained time by cutting the gravel, it will just reset you, and it will reset you before Ascari even starts. So it's a bit of a flaw in the system. Also, if there's the closing difference is too high, it will just ghost you for no reason, which really bewilders me. Poster Boy closing down on Kimi, who's just got that comfortable couple of second gap. Poster Boy just managing to stay in touch, dragging Rizzle along. Yeah, you'll notice it a lot on certain tracks. You had it about 4 or 5 in your race, just all off camera. I think you only had one that I showed. Spaniard, Axel and T-Jam, these guys battling away. T-Jam with the laggy, he nearly smashes Axel off the track. BSF with Mini now following, and the Penguin, these three looking to make some headway back to the front. So BSF with 2/3 of a tank. Mini into pit with more damage. His race is going from bad to worse. Penguin with a tad more fuel than BSF, but also on medium tyres. Axel, T-Jam on some hards. T-Jam just squeezing Axel onto the grass. That's naughty, sending him onto the grass in the braking zone. That's not particularly helpful. Spaniard just getting that Genesis around. Got one more stop to make. He's going to do it any minute now. Pickles lost out to Riz. May have lost out a few laps ago actually, but closing back in. And the Rizzle lag periodically is good, periodically not so good. Kimi up at the front into Parabolic. Poster Boy doing good into that as well. Just keeps a good average speed. Rizzle, Lime doing all right. Just sitting in that slipstream. He'll tow up to the back of Rizzle. And as they lot fight, here comes Spaniard, T-Jam and Axel. So as the front four fight, the next three are closing in. And Jan is not slow, although as I say that, really messes up turn one, checking up T-Jam, which checks up Axel. BSF all over the curbs in the Ford. Penguin behind with a 1.5 second penalty now. Mini, having pitted with damage, is just looking to close back up. So we'll move to the front of the field. Pickle and Rizzle still fighting away. Jan, Axel, T-Jam fighting as well. And here comes BSF and Penguin in behind. So Jan, T-Jam probably won't need to pit. Axel may. BSF is on the cusp. It's gonna all get close towards the end. But lagging all over from T-Jam and Axel. BSF backing out before massive accident, although picking up a half-second penalty for the privilege. Into parabolic, T-Jam's wide, BSF is wide. Oh, hits that weird sausage curb. Penguin with a 1.5 second penalty, way off the back now. Kimi into pit from the lead. See what tyres he goes to. Kimi going for a full tank, 88%, with 20 minutes to go. Spaniard as well, going for a full tank. So Kemi's come out on some hards. That's going to be hard to pick up. Places many with the mediums. Jan with a 3-second penalty for pit lane entry on softs. Poster boy, don't know what he's got left to run. Riz and the Pickle are nose to tail again. These two fighting hard. And as they fight and hold each other up, it just helps Poster boy out. Every second counts. T-Jam going to serve his penalty, is going to lose that speed. Penguin will drag up to the back of him. BSF also serving the penalty, now has Axel closing in behind. BSF, oh, he's wide again. That could be another half-second penalty. It is another half-second penalty. So one penalty traded for another. Penguin going for the move on T-Jam. Gets that move made. Oh, T-Jam with a bit of lag. Or into the side of Penguin. Penguin with a wiggle. PSF trying to find a way through. Sits behind the Penguin. Gets boxed in behind the Penguin. Pulls out, wants to go down the inside into the next chicane. Does so. Good move, but filters in behind Penguin. Penguin odds, both are on medium tyres, so they're both with the same amount of grip. BSF up at the inside into the second Lesmo. Bit of a slow exit, which means Penguin's back alongside. The Ford's starting to come alive on the lighter fuel. And T-Jam, whoa, and T-Jam's off in the background. T-Jam getting all crossed up. BSF holding Penguin to, well, was until the penalty got served. Oh, and in comes Poster Boy and Pickle. So Poster Boy and Pickle are in. Riz is still going. He's going to go for a little bit longer. BSF is in again. So 15 minutes to go. BSF in for some fresh tyres. And some fuel. Soft tyres for BSF. T-Jam going for a full tank of fuel. Also going to soft tyres. Pickle's been in and pitted as well for some hard tyres. Kimmy was in not long ago for some hard tyres. Jan went in 2 laps ago for some softs. Poster Boy also on hards. So quite a few little place changes there. A lot of people on harder compound tyres to finish. In fact, oh, Kimmy's at the back is off. Kimmy off at the back in the Ferrari, doing all sorts of fishy manoeuvres. There's a BSF in a rather fast looking Ford now. He's on the softer tyres compared to everyone around him. Oh, and there goes Poster Boy on the hard tyres. That McLaren didn't like those. Trying to figure out what gear to get in. Finds a gear. Can't spin the car around because it's damaged on the front corner. T-Jam also making up good headway on those softs, and in comes Axel and Penguin. So Axel and Penguin. Penguin's gone to softs. Rizzle has pitted as well. He's gone to mediums, but gone for a full tank of fuel. 13 minutes to go. That Supra's not that thirsty. He's going to be overweight towards the end. And right behind him, I mean, Pickle pitted a lap before and is a good few seconds up the road on hard tyres. Riz is on mediums. Penguin's on softs and flying. BSF with a half-second penalty. All crossed up. Pickle going through. That Ford not looking happy. Pickle on the hard tyres. Jan on the worn softs. BSF with another half-second for track limits. And Mini on their mediums is looking good at the front. Pickle slow out of Ascari. That wasn't expected. Penguin looking for the move on Riz. Oh, and Kimmy as well looking for the places at the end. The Ferrari twitching away there. Pulls alongside T-Jam. Oh, Riz with the lag. Gets the block on Penguin. It goes for the move into turn 1 and makes it stick. What a move. T-Jam now with the laggy, scattering around behind the Rizzle. Kimi chasing hard. As we go into the second chicane. T-Jam with Kimi, Axel. T-Jam with a half-second penalty. Rizzle struggling on the mediums to get them up to temperature, get them into the fight. Oh, and that's Pickle off. And as he rejoins, everyone streaming past. Pickle holding his line into Ascari. Doesn't want to give up a place if he doesn't have to, but loses 2 more. And we'll look with Kimi as he blasts past T-Jam and Lime serving their penalties. Brakes on fire, flying into Parabolica. Spaniard in second. Having a good run. BSF in third. Mini leading. Doing a very good job. Penguin now chasing P4. Riz P5. Lime is back ahead of T-Jam. Although that might not be for very long, heading into the next chicane. Soft tyres of T-Jam much better on the brakes. And does get the place back from Pickle. Pickle's all sorts of sideways. Kimi up the inside into the first of the Lesmos, thinks better of it, slips in behind, gets the run, but Pickle again just not having any of it. Axel thinks about a move and backs out way too much. T-Jam chasing down Rizzle now as they head into Ascari for the 28th time. On those softer tyres, has much better grip than those mediums. And Pickle chasing now as well. Pickle up the inside of T-Jam. Heading down to Parabolica again. Oh, a bit of a spike there from Axel. Kiri trying to find a way around anybody in front of him as the cars start to fan out. T-Jam bouncing around like a yo-yo. And into turn 1. Side by side with the Pickle. T-Jam. Big cross up on the exit as they floor the throttle now in these closing stages. Penguins picked up a 1-second penalty. That's not ideal. BSF is hounding down Spaniard. Spaniard is closing in on Mini. And this fight for 4th and back is looking... Oh, big lag spike from the Riz. Penguin ahead, Pickle behind. T-Jam and Riz in an orange car sandwich. BSF followed by the Penguin. Oh, and Rizzle has T-Jam up the inside. T-Jam sends Rizzle flying across the gravel at Ascari. That allows Pickle through. Down into Parabolica. Pickle goes wide and Rizzle's back through. So in the space of 2 corners, everybody loses a place and gains a place. It's quite interesting. Pickle now up the inside of T-Jam. Gets it stopped. Oh, big lag spike for Rizzle, who sends T-Jam off into the gravel. And now sets off after Line Pickle. Into the second chicane we go. Pickle all over the curbs, crossed up on the exit. Rizzle gets a half second for track limits. Sends it up the inside of the Lesmo, but it's slow on the exit. Pickle's looking to go back. No, just filters in. Kimi as well, just sitting there looking for the move. As Rizzle, as we come down, what is it, 55 minutes, 4.5 minutes to go. Jan has lost out to BSF. So Jan had a bit of a wobble and was slow out of the Lesmos and is in major fuel save. Oh no, BSF is in major fuel save mode. Jan goes back through. Maybe. Jan's tyres looking awful. Many up the road into turn 1. BSF ahead of Jan. Going into turn 1. This fight for the P. Oh, and Mini's been reset. Mini has been reset and loses 3 places. He's down to P4. Rizzle McDizzle, we've lost that where he's just been, oh, he got swamped with the penalty and is down to the back of this group. He's now fighting with Kimi to try and get past, but oh, the massive lag spike again. And he sends T-Jam flying across the road as Axel goes as well. T-Jam gets reset. And all the elbows are coming out now. Kimi trying to hold on, getting bashed about. Poster boy in the McLaren there. Oh, and Rizzle's off again. Rizzle's got rear wheel damage from hitting the fence there. So trying to push his way through, he's ended up getting some rear wheel damage and bumper damage. Oh, and Kimi's off at Ascari. He's put 2 wheels on the gravel, on the grass on the entry. Oh, and somebody else has gone round. Spaniard's gone round at Ascari. Everybody's spinning in the last couple of minutes. Riz, who was at the back of the field like 2 corners ago, is already back to P6. Call that 7 as Poster Boy makes a move and takes him and T-Jam. BSF has found himself at the front, all alone, with a sizable lead. Oh, and cocking up turn 1 there. So what with Mini being reset, Spaniard spinning, BSF has found himself at the front with quite a sizable lead. However, bingo fuel is gonna be lucky to make the end of this lap, and if anything else, the race. Mini chasing him down, has got enough fuel, has got medium tyres at same health, so they should have a little bit more life in them. Penguin with soft tyres, bit more health, front bumper damage, probably won't get close. T-Jam, soft tyres, no damage, penalty, definitely. Well, and he's off into the gravel, that's going to be a bit more penalty for him. Poster Boy getting a slow exit. gets swamped by Riz and Pickle. Jan and, oh my god, everybody's around. Jan is looking at a move on Axel. Axel's looking at a move on everybody else. We're 20 seconds from the end here. I don't want to miss any of this battle. This is absolute brutality. Poster Boy being fired out of the group to the right. Pickle thinking about it. Oh, Kimmy's across the grass and smashes into the side of Poster Boy. Pickle maybe. Pickle got sent to Narnia. Penguin ends up crossing the line. P3, Riz P4, T-Jam 5, Poster Boy 6, Axel 7, Spaniard 8, Pickle will come 9th. Kimmy with a 4-second penalty, irrelevant. And Mini's got ahead of BSF. And BSF has ran out of fuel, so BSF has crossed the line and ran out of fuel. And Mini has also gone. And by doing so, and having an extra lap of fuel, has cemented himself the win. Absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. Mini crosses the line to win it. BSF is crawling in limp home mode. P3 backwards have already finished, so they're now holding formation. But PSF leading into the final lap in limp home mode. He won't make the line again. The tick out will be any minute now. P2 for BSF. Penguin 3rd, Rizzle 4th, T-Jam 5th, Poster Boy 6th, Axel 7, Spaniard 8th, Line Pickle, Kimmy. Penalties pending. And just to clarify, Mini, BSF, Penguin, Rizzle, T-Jam, Poster Boy, Axel, Spaniard, Lime Pickle, and K. Ra. Kimmy. So that was the Precision Motorsport Endurance Series. That series ran on a Thursday night, 8 PM UK time. If you'd like to join it, drop us a message in the comments. Watty, if you haven't already, put your Discord link in chat, if possible, please, so that people can find you. And I don't know where we are next week. I haven't got the schedule on me. So Thursdays, 8 PM start time. If you're any rank at all, we've got spaces in the lobby for you in your corresponding group. There are 2 full teams if you'd like to bring a mate along and join that, absolutely fine to do so. If not, you'll get given a partner when you join, if there is one free. Going forward, this week we have the European Endurance Series. Is it Tokyo Expressway next? That's good. Tokyo East in the rain. That will be a phenomenal race, especially for those that like hitting walls. Thumbs up. European GT Series this weekend, Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time. Lobbies open 7:30 p.m. We are at Maggi or full course in the group for Europeans. So any of those, feel free to come along and join us. If you'd like to join that, drop a message in the comments. I will send you a link to the Discord after the stream. Likewise, you can follow on Facebook at BSF Gaming or add BSF Gaming on the PSN network. Going into next week, Tuesday is the Diva 92 Academy Series. Again, for C rank and below, you'll be in the British Group 4s. If you're B rank or above, you're in the British Group 3s. Again, I don't know what course we're at next week because I haven't got the schedule here written in front of me, which is my fault. Lobbies always for our series 8 p.m. UK time, 7:30 entry opens. Any rank welcome. We've got plenty of spaces in the B ranks there because of people's work schedules and availability, so no problems there. The C rank and below, there's at least 5 or 6 spots every week with people ducking in and out. There's guaranteed a spot left. And Wednesday is the AMC, Andy's Man Club Charity Series, Series 5. Next week on that, I know we are at Spa in the Nissan GTR Group 4. That track will be mildly moist for all those people that love that word and those that don't. Moist. That will be the standard 15 minutes, 1 hour, everybody in the same car. Charity series, Andy's Man Club, if you haven't known or haven't been around before, is a male mental health charity here in, the UK. They have over 40 locations nationwide, expanding weekly. They do wondrous work for all male mental health sufferers. They have brilliant little groups once or twice a week, depending on the location. And it's all private and confidential, what you say to them. If you need any help, if you want to just go along for the companionship and a bit of company, or just a boys' night out. I say a boys' night out. You know what I mean. Give them a shout. A lot of streamers recently have disappeared, for lack of a better phrase, due to mental health issues and various other things. And it's not just unique to streaming, it's a pandemic worldwide, more so than COVID. Male mental health actually matters, and it's never spoken about enough. So, before I start repeating myself, without further ado, good day for now. I'm going to take an hour for lunch, and then I will be back for probably some Grand Theft Auto. because I haven't played that in a while, and I can just do something. Maybe I might do some Final Fantasy, or I might do some Elder Scrolls. Don't know. I'll see you in about an hour. Everyone, ciao for now.